So once upon a time, there used to be a saying that in communication, the onus is on the sender of the message to make sure that the person receives it right. But when we're talking about this day and age of social media, is that still a relevant notion? Now, where I'm going with this is for any of us who have been on social media for any amount of time, if you have left a comment someplace or made a post, 99.9% of the time, I'm sure 99.9% of us have received some sort of pushback, some sort of argumentative energy, and a lot of times it's from somebody we don't even know. So, this is why I'm asking that question, because it used to be that you were talking to people face to face. But with social media, we now have the anonymity of miles, hidden IP addresses, profiles that don't even have a face or a real name to them. So these people aren't going to be held to the consequence of actually having to speak to somebody face to face. Now, when I say consequence, I don't mean turning into a actual fight or anything else like that. But let's be honest, a lot of people say things online that they would not say to somebody else's face. It's just how it is. So when we talk about that, yes, it is proper to put out, a clear message. But when somebody decides that they are just going to come with a disagreeable energy, or when we've seen where somebody will just put something that is just inflammatory immediately, it's like just gasoline and match just for the amusement of it. So at that point in time, what is our protocol on social media? Where do we get to have normal conversations, or how do we normalize having to deal with this sort of thing? Because what it does is it forces a lot of people to take the high road when people are just continuing to take low blows. It's kind of like if this actually was a fight. If somebody is fighting in a traditional boxing sense and the other person is eye gouging and kicking to the groin, at some point do we say, okay, you better kick to the groin and eye gouge back otherwise? Or do we just take the high road and hope that what we have in the form of training and belief in our abilities can overcome? Because I do believe that that's possible as well. And in my last run-in with somebody, that's exactly what happened. I left a casual comment about two people in kind of like sports entertainment, and said that a newer guy would beat an older guy. And I was immediately met with this that energy. And it wasn't terrible, but it was slightly accusatory. And you guys always say this and that. And my response to it was, hey man, just relax. And then they responded, what do you mean relax? It's like, relax means exactly what it means. But when we're talking about always being where text messaging or font is concerned and not actual voices and inflections, then I can kind of see where it was taken wrong. But it was still, they took it someplace, and then it was just like, look, this isn't that serious. That's what I mean by saying relax. It's entertainment to most of us, and it's not going to affect truly the quality of our lives. This is why I don't go heavily into being a fan of anything, because some people are so dug into their beliefs about said persons or teams or cities and things like that. So, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts when it comes to this? Is there still something to the antiquated notion that the onus is on the sender of a message? And what do we do about that negative energy? I kept the high road, and I just stuck with relax. It's not that serious. Life is not that stressful to where if we are debating or exchanging ideas through our phones on an app about entertainment, life is not that bad. Life is really actually pretty good. So why generate an energy that it doesn't warrant being there? But I think that's where a lot of times people also we take for granted what we have. We take for granted that this isn't something that just is part of the rest of the world. So these first world problems are quite amazing at times. But again, I want to hear your thoughts, so please have an ace up your sleeve, advice, comment, experience. Hopefully this finds everybody in total health of mind, body, and soul. Don't forget the likes, notifications, subscription button. If you haven't clicked them, I would greatly appreciate it, and they are free. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace, love, unity, solidarity.